evening, welcome to Central News for Monday the 10th of February. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Te-Aro man Jim McMurray is such a fan of the Rev 100 in the Avantidrome Rev Cycling Festival. He rides the 20 kilometres from his home to the start line in Cambridge. The festival event is held on the 22nd of February with a number of different courses. An intro level 18-kilometre loop starting at Event HQ in Cambridge, a 55-kilometre ride starting in Matamata, the Rev 100, a 100-kilometre course which takes you over the challenging French Pass, through the famous Hobbiton, Matamata and home via the Scotsman Valley. Jim says the Rev 100 is one of his favourite one-day cycling events.
Well, living really close, it makes it easy to get to. It's so well organised that you just can't not go. And the challenge, it's nice and hilly, a little bit of flat stuff, but it's so just great fun.
The annual Hamilton Gardens Art Festival begins on February the 14th and runs for 2 weeks. With 250 performances, festival director Hamish Nathan promises there will be something for everyone.
It's got to. I mean, it's sort of, whether you're 3 or 83, there's probably something in there that you can come to.
January's earthquakes in the lower North Island are a timely reminder for all of us that being prepared can make all the difference. Kelly Newell, local Civil Defence Emergency Management Coordinator at the Waikato District Council, says preparation can make all the difference when a natural disaster strikes.
Absolutely. So you need a getaway kit, your survival kit, you need a household plan, a communication plan of how you're going to contact your family, enough food and water to feed yourself and your family, warm clothing, warm blankets, and just anything else that is really important to you.
Now for our region's weather, Hamilton, long fine spells with light winds. There is the chance of the odd shower though. Your expected high is 25 and an overnight low of 11. Tauranga the same, long fine spells with light winds and the chance of the odd shower. Your expected high is 25 too and an overnight low of 15. Just ahead, it's Bikewise month. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. February is the NZTA's annual Bikewise month, which is a series of family-friendly events around New Zealand. Anne-Marie spoke with Alison Shanks about how we could do better with bike safety.
Alison, cycle safety is something you are passionate about. How can we do better as a nation?
I think it's about that cohesiveness of both cyclists and motorists, and I guess it's about just understanding what it's like to be on both sides. And I think, drivers, we need to give cyclists more space, and cyclists, we need to take that responsibility, because in an accident you're always going to come off second best. So it's about just taking responsibility on both sides.
February is Bikewise month. What's the one safety message you hope gets through?
I think it's just that patience factor, and it's, from a motorist's point of view, give cyclists space. If there's not space there, then slow down, and wait till there is. And I think cyclists, the main message is choose the roads that you are riding on. Especially around the Waikato here, there's so many amazing country roads. You don't need to be riding on main roads.
Are country roads safer though? Sometimes they're narrower, lots of corners, maybe not the shoulder.
Yeah, I guess there is that factor as well, and it's just being aware, when there is blind corners, at any moment a car could be coming around. So ride single file in dangerous spots, and again, highly visible clothing is always going to help.
Now, the Avantidrome Rev Cycle Festival gets underway here in Cambridge on the 22nd of February. You're back for the second year running with the Kids Mini. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I had such a fantastic time last year, so yeah, I'm back for more. And the Rev Mini is a fantastic event. It's free for the kids, and anyone from 12 and under can enter. And there's the whole variety of races. They can go from 2 kilometres up to 6, 8, 8K. So it's all just a wee lap race. Parents are most welcome to ride with the kids, and it's all about just getting out there and having a bit of fun.
Have you got some prizes as an incentive as well?
Yeah, well, there's an awesome, activity station that happens after the wee race, and the kids get to go around and, learn different skills, and they have a little stamp booklet that they earn little stamps and prizes for completing different stations. And it's all about, getting them out on the bikes, getting them active, and just learning the skills required to ride the bikes and eventually get out on the roads.
Tauranga Riding for Disabled has won many awards for the amazing work they do, and you can become a part of all that by volunteering. What do you think that volunteers get out of working here at Tauranga Riding for the Disabled?
They get a whole range of things, really. First of all, they get experience, and for people wanting to develop their CV or their range of experience, it's a great idea to do this kind of voluntary work. But also they meet friends, they become part of a team, they gain confidence in what they're doing, they get to meet our horses and work with our wonderful riders with disabilities who are really inspiring, make you feel so humble to see what they're achieving. So a whole range of emotions there, and often on their first day some of our volunteers have a tear in their eye because they're just awestruck by what's happening here and what our riders are going through, some of the disabilities they have and what they achieve with those disabilities, and then they get to know these people, and they feel part of that, and to feel part of a big rolling ball of achievement is a great thing. Yeah.
Do people with a disability find it more difficult to ride a horse with a disability and that kind of thing?
Yeah. Some of them have no muscle tone or very, very low muscle tone. So whereas you and I can sense gravity and sense, we're slipping to the side, let's right ourselves, some of them are unable to feel that sensation. So they could literally be sliding right off the animal and not be aware of it. Others, like I say, may get distracted and think, right, I'm getting off now, and not be aware that actually they're on an animal and they're 2 or 3 metres up in the air, and to just step off isn't appropriate. You actually need to dismount. So yeah, definitely there are some issues there that we have to work around.
Why horses?
Well, horses, they don't lie, they're straight up, they don't play games with people, they have their own behaviour, and if you treat them with respect, they will treat you with respect. They do things in certain ways, so if you approach them with aggression or anxiety or too quickly, they will move away from you, whereas if you approach them calmly and sensitively, they will warm to you and come to you. And because of that, they're the perfect tool, really. Yeah.
Why horse riding? Is there some research into that?
Certainly, yeah. There's been a lot of research done over the years, and there's more going on now. But the horse being a large, warm, sentient being, for one thing, is much nicer than a clinical environment. So they, they have a whole range of sensations there: smell, touch, all of those things. The horse has emotions too. But it's the movement of the animal. So when they're riding on the back, there's been, even though people have tried, no one can simulate exactly the movement of a horse walking in the gait of walk and trot on a machine in a clinical environment. So they're actually, by a rider just sitting up on top of a horse, they're actually having hundreds of muscles exercised by the horse just walking. Whereas in a clinical environment, we'd have to put them on all sorts of physio machines and have a physiotherapist moving their limbs. The horse does it for them.
What kind of feedback do you get from the clients?
Amazing feedback. We're very lucky, and it makes us feel great to be doing the jobs we're doing. But we have parents phoning us and saying, my son wakes up every morning and says, "Is today a riding day? Is today a riding day? Is today a riding day?" The letters and cards and gifts saying, what our children or some of them are adults as well, has achieved, has really made them grow out of their shell and able to do other things in life. And that's what we're all about, creating independence for these people so they can go on in life and have those tools to be as independent as they can.
You can find out more about their service by visiting their website, equinetherapycentre.co.nz. Coming up next, protecting Waipa's history. Welcome back. Heritage enthusiasts are encouraged to apply for the new Heritage Committee for the Waipa District Council. Anne-Marie spoke with Community Facilities Manager Tony Roxburgh to find out more.
Tony, what is the Heritage Committee?
The Heritage Committee is it's a new committee for our council. Prior to that, we had a Biodiversity and a Heritage Committee. So this term, it's going to be combined, and it's the opportunity for the public and interest groups to have a greater role in the management and the conservation of heritage within the district.
Why does the Waipa District Council need a Heritage Committee?
Waipa is very fortunate that it has a very rich heritage, and when I talk about heritage, it's natural heritage, it's cultural, archaeological and historic heritage. So, for example, the land wars, a lot of those battles were fought within the Waipa district. We've got some quite unique natural heritage features, peat lakes, the forested volcanic cones. So it's important that we do conserve those, and we like to have the public involved in the conservation and management of them.
What will it be responsible for?
They'll be advising the council on matters of policy around heritage. They will also be a conduit for the public, so the public can talk to the members of the Heritage Council and get through to the council. They will also have a role in allocating the conservation fund. So we have a $70,000 fund, which is a contestable fund available to residents and ratepayers to conserve heritage on their properties. So they will make the call about the most deserving of the applications.
Do members of the community who want to apply need to be qualified or experienced in heritage?
Well, ideally some experience, but not necessarily qualifications. We're looking for people that have got a genuine interest and are very keen, on promoting heritage generally. So the committee will be a committee of 10. 2 of those will be councillors and the chair will be a councillor. But we're looking for just a broad spectrum of community interest in the heritage arena for the rest.
What kind of experience would be relevant to the position?
People that have been involved in heritage conservation. These might be people that have undertaken work in buildings, restoring old buildings. It could be restoration of natural features. And it could be people that are involved in writing policy around heritage conservation. So really a broad mix. Nothing in particular, but we're trying to make sure that we did a good cross-section of heritage interest.
For more information, go to waipadc.co.nz. This week is the Heart Foundation's National Peel Week. I spoke with a local advocate, Charmaine Donaldson, about cardiovascular disease, and it doesn't just mean a heart attack. Welcome to the program, Charmaine. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, cardiovascular disease doesn't just mean heart attack. What are some other complications?
Well, there's quite a range. We tend to think just a heart attack, but there's quite a range of things that can be affected with heart failure. There can be congenital heart conditions, right from even birth. I've known of some younger ones having to have surgery. The stroke, a lot of people don't think stroke is involved with the heart, but it is, definitely.
Because I automatically think stroke, that's a brain thing. How does that
Well, it
connect?
is the brain, but it's a blockage from the heart up to the head. The blood is not getting through there. So it is the heart.
Interesting.
The other ones you can get angina, and other circulatory diseases can be affected by the heart because it's the circulation of the blood through the body. Has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they say it's one of the strongest muscles in the body, don't they?
Yes, it do.
And it is a muscle?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Because it keeps working.
Yeah, because can you overwork your heart?
Some say yes, but not really. It'll work. It'll tell you when you're too puffed or getting tired. It will, but no, I don't think so.
What's angina?
Angina is again to do with the circulatory system and the blockage of maybe some cholesterol building up in the arteries as well. And this is where you do need to get your check for cholesterol because you don't know that there's anything going on at all. You're going to build up and suddenly a bit breaks off and then that causes a blockage in the heart. But there is a bit of pain with angina.
Is angina a bit of a precursor, pre-warning to a heart attack?
Can be. Though there's many things that we can have that are it's just age, or I've done too much lifting or something the day before or that day. It's all right. And I'm sorry, it's mostly men that think that.
That Kiwi bloke mentality, she'll be right, mate.
Yes, very much so.
Well, thank you very much, Tabe.
Thank you.
Visit the Heart Foundation website to make a donation. Up next, Relay for Life. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. The Relay for Life comes to Hamilton on Saturday, the 1st of March, and is a chance to support the Cancer Society's second biggest fundraiser. Communications Coordinator Sarah Fitzpatrick spoke with Anne-Marie and explained what makes the Relay for Life so special.
Well, the Relay for Life is the Cancer Society's second biggest fundraiser, but it's also much more than that. It's a unique community event where we celebrate our survivors, we remember the loved ones lost for cancer, and we fight back against a disease that affects 1 in 3 New Zealanders.
It's a team relay held over 22 hours. Where's it been held this year?
The Relay for Life this year is being held at Ag Research at Ruakura in Hamilton, and it starts at 2 p.m. on Saturday the 1st of March and finishes at 12 noon on Sunday the 2nd of March.
How can people get involved?
Register. Enter a team. It's a great weekend, it's lots of fun, and so I highly recommend that you get a group of friends together, get your workmates, get your neighbours, get your netball team, pull them together and enter a team. If you don't want to enter a team and you are a cancer survivor, register and partake in the Survivors Lap, which opens Relay. That's where we celebrate our survivors, and there's a special afternoon tea that follows that. And if you're not able to do either of those, just come for the weekend. Come and participate, watch the survivors, light a candle for someone that you may have lost, and just enjoy it. It's open to the public, so come along.
Tell me about the candlelight ceremony.
It's often a highlight for Relay, and it's such a fun weekend, and this is a really emotional time. It's really moving, and participants decorate candle bags and they line the track, and at dusk as the sun's falling we light the candles, and each candle represents someone that we've lost to cancer, and those lights and those people's memories guide our way around the track throughout the night. And we hold a small ceremony to just remind them, and it's a really special time. You kind of can't describe it until you've been there, but it's really good.
Now, what should teams bring who are coming to stay overnight?
Tent, somewhere to sleep, warm clothes, even though it's summer it gets pretty chilly at night. Kind of the things that you'd bring if you're going on a camping trip. So, you want your water and your food and your sleeping bag and some warm clothes and a sun hat for the sunny days, and that kind of thing.
Are there going to be other things happening as well?
Yes, got to keep everyone entertained while they're walking. We have a fantastic lineup of bands. I don't have names yet, but I'm told there's some great people coming along, and they've all given up their time to be there. So they keep everyone going. We've got prizes, we've got theme laps, we've got all sorts of stuff going on. Things for the kids. It's going to be a great weekend.
Brendan Horan has big plans for an independent party to stand in the next election. I found out how far along he is. Have you had much interest in many people coming on board with you in this independent party?
Yes, absolutely. As soon as I talk to people about it, and like I said, it's not just me talking about it, and there's all over the country, people are saying, you're right on. We want to have a voice. New Zealanders are pretty darn opinionated, and so we should be, because although politics is pretty boring, for most people, the rules and regulations that are made in Parliament affect everybody's lives every moment of the day, whether you're awake or you're asleep. Every business has to operate under those laws. So it's a pretty important thing to take an interest in. And I've got more and more New Zealanders saying, yeah, we want to be part of this. We want to have a voice. It's about democracy.
Are you going to aim your party at a particular demographic, or?
Anybody with a voice, anybody who wants to have a voice, anybody who's not happy with the way New Zealand's going. If you do the same thing, if you vote for the same people that you've always voted for, you're going to get what you've always gotten, and that's either National or Labour.
Now, you have registered the logo, but you need 500 fee members to be able to register as a party.
Yes.
How's that going?
Well, at the moment we're still going through the process with the Electoral Commission with the logo. People have got a right to write in and make submissions about it, whether for or against. But getting the members is going to be no problem at all.
Yeah, you're completely confident that you'll be able to go into this election?
Absolutely. All over the country, we have people out there who have been talking about this, and so people are ready to sign on the dotted line. We just have to get the party over the line with the Electoral Commission, and then we'll get those members and show those members, and we'll have a lot more than 500 members.
Do you have people there already wanting to stand in different electorates?
Yes, we do.
Can you give us an insight into some of those electorates?
Oh, look, certainly in the Bay of Plenty, Tauranga, I'll stand in Tauranga. Also Taranaki, also in Wellington, also in Christchurch, also in Dunedin, and also in the far north, and also in Auckland. So, you know, but it's not up to me to say who's going to stand. What will happen is candidates will have to go through a process similar to the JP's Association, where they need to be recommended by at least 2 community organisations so they demonstrate that they're connected to their communities.
Wow, it sounds like an interesting party idea, so thank you very much. Watch this space.
My pleasure. Thank you.
That is the program for today. If you have some interesting news you would like to share with us, email us at news@tvcentral.co.nz or like us on Facebook and send us a message there. Join me again tomorrow night for more people from around the Waikato and the Bay of Plenty. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Have a lovely evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.